That power in physics, energy to do work? Yes. That what's known as a dynamo. Atomic energy, electricity, energy, fuel, internal combustion engine. Yeah. Machine, steam engine, transportation, water power. Yes. hmm Now, a lot of persons they have what's known as the internal combustion engine. Yeah. It's an engine that usually has pistons in it. Yeah. And a flywheel. It has a starter. Yeah. Has a radiator. Yeah. A battery. Oh. You know, a lot of people that have the internal combustion engine, yes, they feel, well, I'd say it's buyer's remorse every time they go to the fuel pump and they put gas in it. Yeah. I had a large Suburban, yes, that I had purchased when we were married. Yeah, it's approximately $25,000. And it was a nice Suburban leather interior. Had seat warmers in it. When you sat down on it, the seats would warm. It was nice. Well, every time I took that big Suburban to the gas station, yes, it cost me $100 to fill it up. And as much as I didn't want to purchase that fuel, it's something I needed to do to be able to drive anywhere. Yeah. Now, let's say I had redesigned a light bulb. Yes. hmm And there's a possibility that it actually works. Yes. Causes a very nice, soft light. Yes. Approximately two times the light of the sun, but it's a fluorescent kind of a light. Yes. Where an inch of it is between two magnets, 3 feet by 6 feet. Yeah. And it gives off a similarity to fluorescent lighting, but it's a lot softer. Yes. Nice to work underneath it. A lot of government buildings are going to want to purchase my new lighting system. And if you're in government, I want to tell you about it because I'm not in a hurry. I'm doing my laundry. For each and every state, yes, that has a building that the employees work in. hmm Most of them have fluorescent lighting in the individual offices of the employees. Yes. Now, when you think about where you work, yes, there's what's known as the cubicle. Yes, there is. And then maybe you get an office that has a door, but it doesn't have any windows, so you can't see what's going on outside. Yeah. And then for those that are real special, you might have got one of those offices that has a window but doesn't have anything to look at. Yeah. And for the very, very special employees, you get the office that has the window that has something to look at. Yeah. And for every one of you, that right now, that said, well, we do have fluorescent lighting in all the individual buildings. Yes. I'm kind of thinking you're going to buy what I have to sell. Now, I'm going to want to introduce a new lighting system to all cities, counties, states, and the federal government. Yes. See, what happened was I redesigned the heating system of all government buildings. No, no, I did. What happens is you have an electric current that goes through the physical building where you're working at. Yes. That goes to the light switches and the outlets. Yes. And usually that's pretty much it. These state and federal offices, you have a desk, a chair, yes, various interior items. Yeah. And then you plug in the light, or the light is wired into the actual office that you work at. If I was to remove everything out of your office, you know what I'd see? No. I'd see a fluorescent light and some outlets around the walls. Now, what you didn't consider, yes, is most of you have carpeting in your individual offices. Yes. But I had designed a new flooring, yes, that connects to the electrical system that absorbs the heat from the electricity in the actual walls itself. It doesn't really use any electricity. See, I can use desalinated salt and recycled garbage. Yes, an inch and a half in thickness. It's kind of like a floor tile. Oh, yeah. And then I put a little wire into the wall, yes, so as to absorb the heat of the electricity that's going through the actual outlets. Electricity actually has a heat to it. Oh, so that the flooring itself is designed to radiate floor heating at 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes. Now, if you're one of these cold-blooded individuals, right, you can plug a space heater in where you work at. Now, let's say I had this lighting system. Yeah. It's the attraction of two magnets because a lot of people don't realize that fluorescent lighting doesn't work because of the density of the actual gas in the fluorescent tube. Yes. Yes, yes. And after a certain amount of electrical use, the density increases. I'm thinking that it does. Yeah. Causing the gas to be much more dense. That's why the fluorescent tube doesn't work anymore, and that's why you have to replace it so that you have some lighting in the office that you work at. Now, this attraction of the magnetism, yes. Let's say I didn't use electricity. Yes. Let's say I use the result of electricity, known as the energy of the heat of the electricity in the actual wiring. So that there's this minuscule amount of magnetism between the two magnets. Yes. And it attracts, yes, what is known as the hotness of the energy of the electricity in your wiring system. Now you'd say, well, the thing would get so attracted to it if it was just in the 110. Yeah. You plug it in, or you could do the 220 if you had like a large water heater in your office. Yeah, you could.